So today I'm gonna show you guys how I raised over $102,000 on Kickstarter building a product prototype right here in the Unnecessary studio using the Glowforge Pro and my 5 tips for rapid prototyping. But first, let's rewind a little bit. In the past 20 months, I've built over 200 unnecessary inventions for my social media channels. So rapid prototyping is essentially everything I do here. And since I build and design all of these unnecessary inventions basically just for the social media content, they're typically never for sale. So last summer, I wanted to launch one in a really big way. I honestly had no idea what to expect, but on July 15th, I hit go on the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table on Kickstarter. Okay, I've switched over to my phone and let us go hit the button to officially launch this project. I can't get myself to do it. I'm really nervous. Should I hit the button? Oh God. The Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table is now officially launched. We're live. We are live on Kickstarter. Why hasn't anyone backed it yet? It's been like 5 seconds. Let's go. By the end of that 1-month campaign, I raised almost $103,000 in pre-orders. And today I want to show you how I built that prototype using the Glowforge and dive into all the tips I have if you want to prototype a product. Oh, one quick thing before we get going. Glowforge does not offer any Black Friday deals, but I have a referral link down in the description and you can get up to $500 off of Glowforge if you want to pick one up for yourself. And that leads me into my very first tip. Just start making. This has to be the #1 tip I give anyone when they ask, how do I create all of these inventions? That's actually how the idea for the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table came to me. I was playing around with the Glowforge one day. I was making a few signs for my shops. I made a sign for my friend. I actually did make a little puzzle for my niece. And then I saw an IKEA bag sitting on one of my shelves. Everyone knows the pain of putting together IKEA furniture, so I thought, what if I took that and took it to the nth degree, making a piece of furniture just as difficult to put together as a puzzle. So don't kill yourself on trying to come up with the world's greatest idea out of thin air, and your final idea might have nothing to do with what you're doing, but just start making. But once you have that idea, it is time to prove the concept. And by this, I mean the most basic, simple way possible. And this is where investing in your own equipment really starts to kick in. Within under an hour, I was able to go to the Glowforge and cut out a miniature version of the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table. You just need to take that idea and see it in a physical form and think, okay, is this working the way my head thinks it's gonna work? And this concept can be applied to any idea you're working on. There's always gonna be a low-end, scaled-down version of whatever your idea is. And having the tools on hand like my Glowforge and my 3D printers in this studio, I'm able to rapidly take those ideas and quickly see, okay, does this concept work? And you can use that low-end version of your idea to be the foundation that you build upon until you reach your actual final idea and finally realize this product. And once you know the concept works, it's time to iterate, iterate, iterate. So I had the proof of concept for the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table. However, I needed to make sure that it actually worked as advertised if consumers were gonna actually get their hands on it. My biggest concern was how the puzzle pieces were actually gonna fit into place. They needed to be loose enough that they easily came in and out of the puzzle, but tight enough that they made a nice solid surface for the coffee table. I went back to the Glowforge and I cut out a bunch of different puzzle pieces. I also labeled all of the puzzle pieces on what their offset was so I could figure out exactly how many millimeters I needed between each piece. In 1 or 2 days, I was able to perfect the entire surface of the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table, instead of going back and forth with the manufacturer over who knows how long. But now I was able to make the final prototype and see the product fully realized in its physical form. I knew it was a good idea, but now it's time to test the market. You guys have been amazingly supportive with the things that I create, but with the over 200 inventions that I've come out with, I've definitely had some home runs and I've definitely had some flops. I posted a video using that prototype of the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table that I built. And pretty quickly, I realized that you guys also thought it was a good idea. So for me personally, I was using the audience that I built online to market test this idea. On Instagram, it received 73,000 likes, which you can see is 2 times more than the invention before and after this one. So while I wasn't quite ready to pull the trigger and start selling this invention, I got the market approval that there would be demand for this if I actually created it. And I know not everyone has access to the type of audience that I've built, but there's definitely different ways that you can take your product and find its market fit. You can go ahead and post on your personal social media to get friends and family reaction, but if you want some more unbiased feedback, you can maybe join a Facebook group that is within the niche of your product and see if people there will have any sort of a reaction to you posting it there, and maybe they'll give you some new ideas on how to make it better. And depending on the product, you can always post it to websites like Etsy.com and just put it up there, and maybe you'll see a few orders come in. So you'll know if people are willing to purchase it, there's definitely gotta be a market fit for the product. And once you know there is a product market fit, it's time to bring it to life. For the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table, I knew personally that I was not gonna have the time to actually manufacture this thing in my own studio. But being able to rapidly prototype the design of the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table with the Glowforge, I now had all of the files completely finished, ready to go for a manufacturer. There was hopefully gonna be zero back and forth once they made a sample based on those designs I created. Depending on your product and the amount of time you have, you could definitely use the Glowforge for full production runs. You can batch a whole bunch of different products within the machine all at once, so within no time you could have hundreds of your product ready to go for the market. I found my manufacturing partner for the Jigsaw Puzzle Coffee Table on Alibaba.com, which is a resource to find global manufacturers for basically absolutely any industry. But now that I have this manufacturing partner and the tools in my studio, I could use the Glowforge to make a round coffee table, I could maybe make a side table, I could do a full dining table. The possibilities are endless of what I could do here and then send the files to my manufacturer. And as I mentioned earlier, if you want to get the best possible deal on a Glowforge, use the referral code down in the description and you can get up to $500 off your Glowforge. I know this video was a little bit different than what I typically do on this channel, but let me know if you want to see more of this. Maybe pick one of my 3D printers and show you how I prototype a product from a 3D design all the way to a 3D printed product. I am actually launching a mini Christmas shop with a few other inventions that I created, so be on the lookout for that. Hit the subscribe button, smash the like, and I will see you at the next invention. See ya.